Every day, more than 1 million Domino's pizzas travel across conveyor belts and streets until they arrive piping hot at your table. With 21,300 stores spread across more than 90 countries, Domino's leads the global pizza market and racked up nearly $19 billion in sales last year. But do you know how these pizzas are made? In this video, you'll see every stage of Domino's pizza production. When someone opens the square cardboard box and smells a Domino's pizza, they rarely imagine the industrial machinery that made it possible for that dough, sauce, and cheese to arrive at the table intact in just a few minutes. The company, founded in 1960, has become the largest delivery pizza chain on the planet, serving an average of more than 1 million customers every day. The starting point was a modest restaurant in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Tom and James Monahan bought the small Dominique's with a $900 loan. Shortly after, Tom would trade his brother's share for a Beetle and rename the business as Domino's. He simplified the menu, focused on deliveries to college students, and introduced a reinforced cardboard box that allowed several pizzas to be stacked without crushing them, making for faster deliveries. This logistical care laid the foundation for the industrial model that supports the brand to this day. To standardize flavor and texture on a continental scale, Domino's operates supply centers, true pizza factories that make fresh dough, portion ingredients, and ship everything out in refrigerated trucks. In the United States alone, there are 18 units. The one in East Granby, in the state of Connecticut, produces about 126,000 dough balls per day and supplies more than 400 stores in the northeast of the country. In Brazil, the structure follows a similar logic. A 5,000 square meter plant in Itapecerica da Serra, in Greater São Paulo, manufactures the dough and other supplies that are delivered daily to franchises in various regions, reducing costs and delivery time. The whole cycle starts long before the first grain of flour falls into the mixer. The chain buys, just in the United States, about 4,000 tons of flour per week from the Ardent Mills mill, one of the largest wheat suppliers in North America. The same discipline applies to the tomatoes, selected for controlled sweetness and acidity, and to the cheese produced in partner dairies that deliver a blend of mozzarella and mild cheeses already grated and chilled. They arrive sterilized and go through grinders that break down seeds and fibers. The pulp goes into stainless steel cauldrons where, in 18-minute cycles, it receives salt, sugar, oregano, basil, and dehydrated garlic. A submerged turbine ensures a homogeneous texture without the need for preservatives. As soon as the temperature reaches 88 degrees, the sauce is packaged in multi-layer plastic bags inside cardboard boxes. The cheese comes from dairies that use partially skimmed milk to produce a low-moisture mozzarella that can melt without burning. After the quality certificates are checked, pneumatic silos transport the flour to tilting mixers. There, flour, filtered water, yeast, soybean oil, sugar, and salt are combined in a strict order, monitored by sensors that control temperature and hydration. Each batch produces almost 400 kilos of dough in less than 12 minutes, enough time to develop the gluten without overheating the mixture. Metal rollers divide the dough into strips, which then pass through a thickness calibrator. A pneumatic guillotine cuts identical pieces, while a rounding machine gives them a uniform curvature. The balls fall onto plastic-coated trays. They enter initial proofing tunnels for 20 minutes at 28 degrees Celsius, gaining volume and flavor. 3 times a week, dual-temperature trucks collect these trays, as well as bags of cheese, sauce containers, and boxes of sliced pepperoni. And they follow routes calculated by software, which takes into account traffic, delivery windows, and the expected consumption of each store. A center like the one in Merrillville, Indiana, ships out 90,000 dough discs per day to more than 300 franchises in 5 states. At the stores, the routine starts early. The team unloads the trays, checks the printed expiration date, and stores everything in walk-in coolers. Each ball needs to reach between 15 and 21 degrees before being stretched, a step that usually happens in the middle of the afternoon when demand increases. This gradual warming prevents tearing and ensures the elastic texture of the crust. The pizzaiolo stretches the dough by hand and with a beveled metal disc that evens out the thickness without completely expelling the air. Next, he applies 140 grams of sauce, a fixed amount spread from the center to the edge, leaving a 1 centimeter ring free to form the cornicione. Over the sauce, a cloud of 144 grams of the mozzarella blend is added. Toppings like pepperoni, chicken, or bell peppers are kept in color-coded bins to avoid mix-ups. The count is exact. A medium pepperoni pizza gets 25 slices, arranged in concentric circles for even coverage, a pattern perfected over decades of training. The whole thing goes into an impingement conveyor oven, heated to 245 degrees. For 6 to 7 minutes, jets of forced air cook the base and the toppings simultaneously. Optical sensors check the color of the crust and adjust the conveyor speed in real time, ensuring a golden color without drying out. It then slides into the iconic box with cut corners, which uses about 10% less cardboard and releases steam without soaking the crust. A semicircular blade cuts the pizza into 8 slices in a single motion. Although it looks simple, this box has undergone detailed engineering. The cutout saves thousands of tons of raw material per year and reduces emissions during transportation, since the stacks of boxes become lighter. With plastic bags getting thinner and routes optimized by artificial intelligence, the chain pursues environmental goals without changing the final taste of the pizza. Once the lid is closed, the box goes into the heat wave thermal bag, lined with insulating material that keeps the pizza above 60 degrees for up to 40 minutes. That's enough time to deal with urban traffic jams without losing quality. This entire process is audited by digital checklists. Corporate reports indicate that, in 2024, the supply division completed more than 590,000 full-service deliveries, equivalent to about 2 full trips per week for each Americana's store, a model that prioritizes frequency instead of large inventories. This level of mechanization helps the network dispatch, on a global scale, more than 1 million pizzas per day, and that was today's video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel.